is the like factor here.
Yeah,
Zero
Q
Q.
is the main factor. But I mean, that's not even what I'm talking about here, actually. In this case, so you check the word, or you check the bush, okay? So she's not there, great. But why do you ward it?
I felt like maybe she dodged it, and I think this ward is grief. Looking at it,
But
I don't know
do
why.
you think you have to interact with her at all?
I mean, if she's there and she autos me, I can just kind of hit her because the minions too,
Not
right?
necessarily. If
Oh,
you hit her and she hits you, you're not hitting the wave. This guy gets push lead.
oh yeah,
Even though
yeah.
Lulu loses HP, if she starts shield, which she can start shield or she can start Q. Q for poke, shield to for also like literally just winning trades. Because Vayne PTA, remember PTA Vayne with Lulu shield, you're not winning that.
Yeah, it's strong. It hurts.
That's very strong. So she engages with you here, and you engage with her. You're not hitting the wave. You're losing push very very quickly. Now, a lot of this has to do with the fact that you guys come after like a decade, but that's okay. But the
Yeah.
real factor here is you don't have to interact with her. You can just move like this. You
Hmm.
can always just move up. And then what you have is you have Q available. Let's say you don't Q now and you Q later. Let's say you hold it. Well, now if you Q and you stand here, this guy has to play back. He has to play somewhere like he has to play somewhere in this region. He has to respect your
Hmm.
Q. Then that allows you to auto attack the minions. Then your last Q that you threw here, let's assume you don't do that, Morgana can walk in and check for herself.
Okay, yeah.
But like, it's not
That
likely
would.
that Lulu's here. It's not likely because the way it doesn't make sense. If Lulu's gonna do that, it's like weird. Lulu should not be here. But she could be here right now, but she won't be here later. So I would just move like this.
Okay.
Morgana will move up and support you like on the bottom side eventually. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So when we think about it, there's no reason for what we do because again, we could have used this ward here.
Hmm.
Not even you. It could have been used by Morgana. And then you could have potentially stood here and then warded river because let's say you're gonna get pushed and you're gonna push up eventually, right?
Yeah.
Or otherwise you just hold the ward. I mean, there's no reason to place it. Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Um. And then you engage with the Kaisa, but there's or with the sorry with the Lulu
This wouldn't even have happened if I just positioned
right here.
with.
I would be queuing her. I know it's on cooldown, but I would be queuing her right here.
Hmm.
Like right now, he's getting queued. And then during that whole process, I would also be looking to auto these frontline minions. Vayne's not going to do anything to you. Because if Vayne positions herself here after your Q goes down, and she attempts to walk into you, which she most likely will, all you have to do as Ezreal is just space away down here. And you have Morgana.
Hmm.
Yes? So right now, let's hypothetically say you launch Q on her, and then you auto this middle minion. Now this guy, let's say he doesn't tumble because he's trolling as well. He then knows you don't have Q, and then he walks up, and then you walk down. That's fine.
And then
Because even if
yeah,
you're even if you're in this position, you still have access to this minion.
hmm.
And then if this minion goes down, you still have Q available. Otherwise, you can use Q on her. Which in that case, she has to respect it anyway. Make sense?
Yeah, that does.
And then you click down here, but this is not necessarily serving you much purpose, right? Because she is in not any like 525 range. You do not have to move around like everywhere.
Hmm.
You can quite literally just press S here and you can just auto attack this minion.
Okay, yeah.
Then you
So,
have Q coming up. She wants this minion, she wants this minion. If she wants this one, she will have to take it from a number of pockets. She could do it from A, she could do it from B, she could do it from C. Right? These are just general locations she could do it from. Let's say
yeah.
D. So hold on one second. Sorry, yeah. Here you can so you can punish her on how many of these pockets do you think?
Uh, from where I am currently at, two of them.
or well, not where
from where
you're
I
currently at, where you could be.
where I
Like,
should be. I
it's
could
not even
punish her on.
should. It's not even should. It's what you could be. Like here, like for example, uh, like pocket one can punish D. Pocket
Yeah,
2 can punish A. Pocket 2 can also punish B.
push B.
But pocket, like, let's say pocket 1 and 2 can't necessarily punish D and C.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we've identified that she has to move somewhere in the middle of the wave and she can't be out like this because we have Q available, we can already take a position upwards to force her into a more like a claustrophobic pocket,
Mm-hmm.
like in the middle of the wave. You could stand here, you could just launch Q on her.
Yeah.
Then you just keep autoing. You could also space auto attack her. So if you stand here and she autos this, you could also auto attack her, pull the aggro, Q her, move back, and then auto attack these minions.
Yeah.
Right? This is another like variation. If you auto attack her, that's what the sequence could look like. Now the problem in this lane again, you see the movement is a big issue, right? You're just moving, running away. So in this lane, our goal is to just take out the minions. We just want to get push lead.
Because I did punish the minion too. That's kind of what I was thinking there.
Not necessarily. So even if you punish, she's gonna gain HP back anyway.
From level 2, yeah.
It doesn't do anything for you. But there's another reason why this is actually not bad at all. So when we look,
the casters.
yes, exactly. It pulls the front melees or the front minions, and then you just kill them. The casters, yes. So here, this guy would kill off these minions, and then if he kills off, so these 3 are dead. If he kills off the next 3 melees after these 2 casters are dead, you're losing push. You're not getting push on this.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've conceded the push lead, which you have, you auto, you pull the wave, and then you just kill as many minions as possible, and you retreat. Yeah, so few issues here and there, but workable. Again, here it's the same thing. I think you need to be more. You really need to auto space.
Yeah.
You know. Let me show you a example of. Notice his Q. It's quite good.
Yeah. Right when he.
Right on CD. Right on cooldown.
Yeah.
He attempts to Q again. But, like, why does it Q? You see that right there?
Yeah, that minion he's going for.
This minion here, he Qs him. There's a transaction happening on every single minion wave. Look at his, like, he Qs, and then look at his click up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that this click up is necessarily helpful in any way because he can never abuse this minion. So this is kind of one of like this is like an issue that you also do sometimes, right? When you're when you're playing AD carry, and it's like you see pro player doing it too, which is fine. Like I would have done it too, probably, right? Like I probably do it much worse than him, but in this case, he shouldn't walk up because he can't harass her, and this minion's not dying. And then after this minion goes down, these 2 minions are moving up to help Ezreal anyway. Rakan has W, so there's no reason to space up. You can just stand here and let the wave come into you. I mean, Viper probably knows that, right? Like if I was to coach Viper, this isn't something this is like not new. This is not a new concept to anybody. This is just like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. I should have just done that. You just have to be aware in the moments to remind yourself of these small situations. So when you're actually in the game, you're remembering, and this is where like preparation and training come in. But here the minions come in, so you don't have to, you know, he wouldn't have gotten hit by W like that, and then he took this awful trade for quite no reason really. And now it's just CSing under tower. So again, right, camera. Really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his camera looks a lot better than mine.
Going back to the list though, that we made earlier, right? The way we're gonna fix like mouse, or I guess movements, I guess you can call them, is we will have to try to So the way we fix this is with like vision, in terms of looking at the right thing. Right? In this case, this is going to be minions. Like, you have to make it so you are training your mind. You're essentially training your mind to be able to notice that this guy wants this minion, and are able to also play your champion competently enough to space in a way that you can abuse it, but also be cognizant of their abilities. That sounds like it sounds pretty hard to do.
It is hard. I mean,
It's
that's what
not.
I was trying to do all week. Like in all the games I've played all week, it is kind of is actually really hard.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Because like the times that I'm really thinking about the minions, I like accidentally walk into people. Like, right? Like it's practiced. You gotta practice
Yeah,
it more.
it is not easy.
But no, that makes sense.
I mean, here he just clears the wave and then he's pushing back. Do you have any questions?
I do not. All of it makes sense so far. Yeah, I like watching Viper and Deft. I think they're probably the two best AD carries.
I mean, at this point, like, in a lot of cases, right, in different game, when you have this wave state, you can, like, if like prior to this, like, they would have started pushing a lot sooner. But if they just like spam crash, they're able to move into jungle, they're able to base, they're able to do a bunch of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, they don't do anything, which is also whatever. That's what they choose to do. Usually, you want to play the game in terms of having a reason. If there's a reason, then you should do it. If there's no reason, then it's like a little bit weird.
Yeah,
So you
compared to
like,
Viper, he has the wave further up already.
I mean, so in this case, like same thing, right? Like Vayne wants to go for this minion. So in this case, you can't do anything. Like, you know, realistically, maybe if you wait here and you should just chill here and you should just launch Q soon, right? Like, why not? That's something you can do, but you can't do it from here. You won't stand here and you can launch Q, sure. But you want to be looking at when she goes in for this minion,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can now space accordingly into what she would want to do against like what your champion would want to do.
Okay.
So here you stand here, you just hit her with Q.
Yeah, I do. I think I clicked up there because I was thinking about that, but I realized I was way, way, way too late.
I mean, enemy is. I don't know when Lulu. I don't know if Lulu's shielded earlier at all because I just randomly skipped to like your game. I guess she doesn't have shield, or I guess she does have it up because that's weird. They
She
can
has
actually
Q
fucking.
and Pixie. She has Q and Pixie. She doesn't have shield. Days a week.
I mean, she's griefing. She should just be shield. If she shields here, you actually just lose this fight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do this. That's okay. So what are you thinking about here?
Here it kind of feels like a neutral wave reset, so I want to try to bully the Vayne as much as I
I
can.
think the auto attack's a bit crazy. Is she on cooldown?
She just queued,
So she queued.
and so it should be coming up after this auto, I think. Like it's not up yet, and it'll be up now.
No, but I think
Okay.
your auto is not good.
Yeah, so either way, it was grievances.
Yeah, I would just hit the wave. Like again, you can
Psychopath.
just stand here and just hit the wave.
Okay.
Right, just get rid of the minions. You don't have to do this. Yeah, see, like now she just goes. Like, what if she just? You can't play. You would be like, your HP would be like here. No,
Yeah.
it would be so pointless to take the trade. You're not beating this guy, like in terms of just raw damage. Like immediately at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we use Q. That's okay. Hmm. That was good. But I think your click up is really bad. The Q you threw was okay. Then you move up. I think this is bad. See, you want this minion, but you don't have to take it immediately.
Yeah.
It's not dying anytime soon, and when it does die, you have Q available. But if you just face check the minion, this guy can move in. He's playing really poorly, but that's okay. You're not winning this trade ever. Hitting the Lulu doesn't really mean hitting the Lulu. If your auto attack does, let's say, 75 damage, half of that is already healed just over time. You don't gain any value from actually auto attacking her. Your goal in this lane is to take the minions. It's not to trade with them, because you're never going to win anyway. It's pointless. Even if you auto them a little bit, let's say you win a trade, it doesn't really grant you any value. Here Morgana is not playing him, but that's okay. I think any decision to trade here would be a little bit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you did trade, you notice how like they will just base on this?
Yeah.
Like if they've determined that they have no reason to stay, they're not going to solo kill you. They're not going to... I mean, they could actually just stay and abuse you with the way you're playing. But let's assume that you're a lot healthier and then there's like two competent players on both sides and you guys are not just going to take free auto attacks and they know that they can't solo kill you, or they know that they can't completely harass you to the point where you're going to just like fold in lane, then they will just be able to take a base. So any auto you do on them is pretty pointless in terms of like value in the game. Like here, for example, I would be walking up and I would be looking to Q her. I don't think that you're in any danger. If Vayne is in Fog of War, well, obviously you'll see her as well. But here, I think you like right now. I would just launch Q. This was good, really good Q by you.
Yeah, I was aiming it off that minion.
I would not walk up. I would not walk up. Yeah. Look at your click. You Q and then look at your next click. That fucking gives me anxiety.
Psychopath behavior.
I don't know. You were not inting, but it looked like you were about to run it. I don't know why they're so friendly. I don't think that you ever walk up.
Okay.
Look, okay, if you walk up now, it's obvious that jungle is coming. I think you Q and you click back.
That's true.
Because realistically, if I'm a good player and Ezreal does Q and then he walks into me, he's griefing against Lulu Vayne here.
Yeah.
Like, this Ezreal is confused. There's no way he just did that. If I have vision here, I assume jungle is coming if you walk up. I'm going to move away. So you should not walk up. You should just walk away. You should just Q and walk away. You want to play the lane under the assumption that your jungler is AFK.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now, they're emeralds, so they don't know, right? They're emeralds, so it's like, whatever. But it's like, you know, this is what a good League of Legends can look like.
Yeah, I think I need to watch more, like, Viper Deft kind of stuff before I play.
I think you waiting to auto this minion is a bit int. I would already be looking to like here. I would just fucking try to Ian. I would just Ian pop potion, get condemned into the wall, and I would just start fighting. I think you just bait E here, to be honest.
Okay.
Because if you just E like this and you start fucking fighting her like a maniac, maybe she reacts. Like maybe she gets scared and she condemns you. And then when she condemns you, she's like a donkey and she wants to auto attack you. And if she auto attacks you, Jarvan is here.
Yeah.
Here I would just sacrifice like half my HP bar. I'm not even joking. Because you're looking to base in this lane anyway. You're not looking to stay. Like after this whole transaction happens, you're crashing this wave. If this next wave locks with this current minion wave, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're gonna kill it too, and then we're gonna base.
Yeah.
You don't want to play the lane against these two players that are just stronger than you. You're Ezreal with tier. You have nothing.
True.
Right? You're so weak.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
And then, yeah, so everybody whiffs a little bit here. Oh my god, what? How did that land?
Morgana hit that, yeah. Lulu walked. She tried to dodge and dodged into it.
Oh
it
my
looks like.
god.
Because you can see her click into the bush right there.
Oh my gosh, she actually clicked into the brush.
She could have gotten out of that for sure. But
that's crazy. Yeah, free kill. Oh, he doesn't give it to us, whatever.
I was
fine.
trying to KS it and I just I failed. Yeah, I was surprised we even got a kill out of that because Vayne condemned the J4 and I was like, oh, it's over. So yeah, it makes sense if I try to bait that better by
I
like
would I would
inting
just
HP.
I would just crash wave here.
Yep.
I would just be basing. I don't think you're ever gonna stay.
I went to drag here.
This is not great.
Okay. I didn't feel great about it either.
Yeah,
I just
look,
didn't.
I think that there's a number of things you can do, right? You can literally just E auto W Q her now.
Mhm.
Like you can just full send it onto her. And then you can just go into fog, and then you can just base in fog.
Mhm.
Or you just go fog now, and then you just base.
Okay.
But I think that when you go into dragon and you randomly hit it, it's pointless. They don't know if you're on dragon or not. Like, okay, if they know you're on dragon, and Ezreal walks into brush, Ezreal's on dragon, we're not going.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense.
So then you just base. So it kind of becomes a game of assumptions almost.
I think we ended up all dying here.
That's good to hear.
I think we all ended up dying here. Either it was
But
this
how?
or
You
the
just get
next
out.
drag.
You just get out.
No, it was the next drag. It was the next drag. There.
Yeah, you see how you lost to base timer with you have 900 gold.
Yeah.
Look
I
at the
could've gotten a
trade-off.
Sheen,
Let's look at the trade-off. You could have gotten a Sheen.
and we still get drag.
Well, no, look at the dragon. Okay. Well, yeah, you get the dragon, but let's say you miss the dragon and you don't get it. It still doesn't give you value. Look at your 80. 85.
Oh.
Look at your 80 after dragon.
87.
89.
89.
You got 480.
480 versus a Sheen, which would have given me a lot more.
480 versus Sheen.
Which gives Q damage, obviously not 80, but yeah.
Yeah. How sad is
Yeah.
this? And look at this. We have 900 gold in the base just sitting there. And now we have the lane.
Yeah, we have to stay here for at least.
I
at
don't
least
want to
2 more
lane
wins.
into Vayne Lulu, man. It's too hard. It's not winning.